I don't see any way for Dennis to win this thing.
So we know John Brzenk has pulled both Devin Larratt about 2 years ago, and he pulled Denis Saplenkov recently, and he has a strong opinion about this match and who's going to win. He was asked in this podcast with Engin if he's seen any of the training between Voivoda, Dadikyan, and Saplenkov, and what he thinks about that, and who he thinks is going to win the match, and some interesting stuff that we heard from him.
Last two, with the Dadikyan.
Normally,
Dadikyan was taken in here, like, because Dennis is training every day, so tough.
Right.
And Dadikyan,
you don't know what to believe, what not to believe. I mean, it could be just for, to get in Devin's head, so it's hard to say.
John pointing out there that you don't know what to believe with social media videos and stuff, how the context is behind it, and, who's stronger in the practice, who's fresh, this and that. You can't just take it as a matter of fact, the practice pulls, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, they're really going full out. The last one I saw was maybe not with Dadikyan, but when Alexei was pulling. I guess Alexei's back up there and training with him. And yeah, I mean, Dennis looks really good. I just don't know. Dennis still pulls kind of, well, it's his style, but it's sloppy. He just doesn't have the cup, I think, to turn Devin this way.
Yeah,
he's gonna stay this way, and I just can't imagine anybody beating Devin if he's they're still this way.
That's exactly the way I see it going, because we see Denis Saplenkov, he's always getting that position where he's out here and he's stretched out. He doesn't seem to start with much cup or much rise at the start. He just kind of lets the other person hit. Typically, even against Brzenk, it was more defensively, getting kind of in a stretch position. But I just see that not working against Devin personally.
And then his lack of being able to shoulder roll or press with a tricep, he always stays outside. Which
I think Devin will be able to transition if they're in that position where they're both stretched out, kind of applying pronation with their hands somewhat back. I think Devin will be able to transition, get on top, and be able to press down. We saw him do it against Hermes with that transition, which is so smooth. And I don't know if Denis Saplenkov is going to have the same ability to transition as we're hearing John say here.
I don't see him, no matter how strong he gets, being able to overcome.
Oh, you are saying that Devin is going to win?
The leverage advantage that Devin's going to be able to take on him is going to be tremendous. Dennis also has great endurance, but you're going up against a guy that's probably, the best endurance in the game. So I don't see Devin.
Yeah. Dennis may have great endurance, but Devin has the greatest endurance out of anyone, as far as I'm concerned.
Wearing out as far as the endurance game goes either. So Dennis is going to have to be strong enough not only to maintain his hand and wrist, but also cup it and then
he cannot cup. He cannot cup.
Wow. Engin said he cannot cup. I wonder if that's due to some injury or that's just due to the fact that his hand is so massive. He has like sausage-sized fingers. I mean, maybe just anatomically speaking, it's harder for him to cup, because I noticed Dennis is always grabbing low, and if you're grabbing low, it's hard to cup off the go. It's interesting.
He doesn't do it.
But they both will be like this. But what if Devin also has this? If because of Dennis's.
Devin is very comfortable pulling like that. That's
you mean that like losing his wrist like this?
Just almost a little bit of a king's move. He still keeps his knuckles high, even if his wrist is bent back, and he's fighting, and he's got great endurance and great power there.
Do you think that Dennis's arm may be opening?
It might be a little stronger, but I don't think it's strong enough.
I agree. I agree with John.
The guy that could possibly beat Devin is going to have to be super explosive and beat him right away to the pad, and control his wrist and turn his wrist up. And
like Roman Sagnashvili.
Dennis doesn't have that. I mean, the only guy that could possibly do it, or that has done it, is Levon, right? So, but that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of guy. Maybe Laletin could do it if you're really committed to, staying high with Devin.
Yeah, Laletin with that rise, he'll definitely have a rise advantage potentially just with his lever, which I don't think Devin is used to going against guys with longer forearms than him, because there's not many guys in the sport that qualify.
He'd be able to cup and get that position, but I don't see any way for Dennis to win this thing.
Okay.
You heard it right there. John says, I don't see any way for Dennis to win this match. And he explained it pretty in detail there, which I'm in agreement with, definitely, as far as technically speaking, the positions that will potentially happen. Most likely with Dennis kind of getting in a position where he's dragging, but he's kind of holding back. And Devin is going to initially use pronation. His wrist may come back slightly, but then he'll be able to transition, I believe, a little bit more effectively than Dennis. I think Devin is going to win as well. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Do you agree with what John Brzenk said, the GOAT? Do you agree?